Chief Engineer Paul Dixon, this ship, the Aurora Australis, is this just a good, reliable ship that just happens to cut through sea ice?
It was designed back in 1990 and was part of the Antarctic Division, and P&O actually owned the vessel. It's had its moments over the last 20 years, as you can imagine. It's getting a little bit old now, but safety-wise it's fine, mechanically it's fine, but yeah, it's been a pretty good ship. It's suffered a few fires in its history and things like that, but we always seem to get home.
That's a good thing.
It is actually, yeah. I'd hate to be stuck down the Antarctic.
How fast does this ship go?
It's economical speeds around about 12 knots, but when we go from Casey through to Macquarie Island, we have a following sea, and we have been 19 knots. At 12 knots, it's consuming about 24,000 litres of diesel a day, and when we're breaking through ice, we have two main engines running, and at that stage we're using around about 50,000 litres of diesel a day. So it's expensive to run.
Yeah, I was going to ask, is this an efficient ship?
Well, when you look at the shape of an icebreaker underwater, it's like a big brick. So it's just got to push all that water as it's going through. It's just like just going into a wall actually. And when you're breaking through ice, it's just bang, backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards till we can break through. And that just uses fuel like anything.
So what is it like down here when there's ice cutting going on?
Hopefully the captain doesn't ring down and say he's got a problem, because it's designed to run from up on the bridge. Once we start the engines and go up and give control of the bridge, we don't really have a great deal to do with it. We just look after all the alarms and things like that. You often hear the ice scraping past the side of the hull, because we're just down to that level. We're a little bit above water level, and it gets fairly noisy, and especially if you're down here and you start moving around. If it's moving around down here, it's moving around heaps up there. Okay. So, but it's fairly thick. The ship's 25 millimetres thick at the front, and it gets a little bit narrower down the side, and down the back end it gets thicker again. So as the ship goes through the ice comes back and it doesn't squash us in the back. So it's pretty safe.
What does it sound like when there's ice scraping past? Is it...
The first time it's like you know, that white foam that people rub together, a little bit like that. But after you've been on here for a while, you don't even think about it. That's just life.
Okay, and just generally the Southern Ocean, we've got the roaring 40s and the furious 50s and the screeching 60s. What's it like in the engine room when we're all rolling through that?
Rough.
Yeah? Yeah,
rough as. The last trip, you as you go down further beside the actual main engines, and you start swaying from side to side, well, you think, gee, that's pretty rough. But it causes a few problems here, because the ship bogs down in the water, comes back up, and the main engines like to go faster than slow, and it's just there's a lot of things happening all at once. So it's a big call.
What do you love about this job?
What do I love about this job? Well, I've been here 12 years now. I'm a home porter, so it's good. The ship, it's like a big family really. A lot of the crew have been stable over the years, and they've gone. There's a new bunch coming through now, and everybody's happy here. We also look after all the galley equipment and things like that, so that's a big workload. And but they're number one. If you lose the food, well, that's dire.
And our particular trip, hoping for calmer seas?
Well, hopefully, because we have to stop every 30 miles, I think it is. And if we get nice calm water, great, no problems. But the Southern Ocean's a Southern Ocean. One day it'll be flat, next day it'll be 10 metre swells. And if it's right on our beam on the side, well, it'll be difficult. But we'll be right.
We'll be right.
Plenty of seasickness tablets.
Absolutely. Paul Dixon, thank you very much.
No problems.